we saw the final shape cutscene. What did you make of Cayde's appearance in that? And do you think like Ikora's just imagining him? Is it just kind of a vision? Do you think Cayde is going to come back like as some kind of ghost? Obviously he's not, he's fully dead, but just think we'll see kind of this ghost-like flashback version of him that's kind of like maybe a dream, or Nathan Fillion's involvement. How much do you think Cayde is going to play a role in this?
So I think Cayde is going to be integral. Honestly, I didn't know what to make, much like a lot of the community the first time I saw it. But more and more I'm starting to think that this is a version of Cayde that is from our timeline but has somehow been salvaged by light. And I think also there's something that has been slightly talked about in the community, but I don't think I've seen anyone make a major video about it or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about this now, because I think I know what's on the other side of the portal and where it is, right? So in the portal, there is a river, or rather in the final shot where Cayde is looking over the landscape with Ikora, and they see the portal off in the distance, and it's just this big field of like savanna and sort of loose steppes, right? There is a river that runs through that. If you take a look at the cutscene where they show off the origins of the Witness, the same river appears in one of the shots as they're building their city and their civilization. And you can line them up pretty close. Like, they follow the same curvature and everything. Here's the thing about that. If that's the case, then it's possible that we're looking at the Witness's homeworld, the predecessors and everything that's going on there. And at that point, that tells you kind of what's going on. It explains why the initial science team from Niamuna seemed to speculate that the portal was somehow an Einstein-Rosen bridge, in other words, a wormhole, which can be used to travel back in time. This is one of those moments where you could potentially lay down the theory of the Witness is going back in time so that it can find the original version of the Traveler and then impose its will upon it there so that it can create that perfect universe, so that it can go back before any of this stuff happened and create a better version of the future. You know, if that's true, you know, one of the places it would find it would be on its home world. So, yeah,
Sounds
the portal
about right.
in the site. It's a really weird theory. I need to make a proper full video on it explaining the different bits and pieces and going through it. But, like, yeah, if that's where everything is, all of a sudden we have a really awesome thing that's going on in the final shape where we are literally stepping back in time. But also, as far as Cayde is concerned, I mean, the big thing that stands out is the energy that's kind of like coming from behind his eyes and through his mouth. Like
Light.
people, it looks like light. You know, the two big contenders are taken energy or light, but I don't think it's taken energy because there's no shadow in there.
Yeah,
it looks
like
very
light.
much like light. So,
and if it's
does that
inside the
mean-
Traveler, I'd imagine it's some kind of light realm. Yeah, it did seem
Right.
like light, but obviously because of that and because the way that him and Ikora were talking, it did seem like Ikora just got there and then just having this conversation. They haven't been there for a while, and he's like catching her up. So it does seem like he's like a temporary, non-permanent figure. It's not like she's just found the real Cayde, like in heaven or whatever, just inside the Traveler. It does seem like some kind of light version, or maybe it's the Traveler's way of communicating. Maybe inside that realm, the Traveler can make these projections, and those projections can then speak to us. Or how Ikora even got in there, that's another question. I guess we're all going to go in there, I would imagine. But she's just like in this new world, which is interesting.
I think, I guess then we add Cayde to the long list of potential contenders for what is Alpha Lupi, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a throwback.
Big throwback, but man, that list is long and obscure.
Yeah, but Bungie's got, they've got, as we've said, they have got a tough job tying all of these threads. There's a lot of threads. They're going to try and do as many of them as possible and to try and make them make sense. But yeah, they've got a tough job on their hands.